Yo, welcome back to another video of trade recap. So today I was able to catch two clean trades in the morning. After 2 hours of the market open, I was able to catch a total of 180 points in both directions, shorts and longs. So I was able to catch this short right here and cover everything here, and I was also able to catch this long right here and cover everything here at this high. So yeah, we're gonna just go through why I take these trades and what was the reason why behind of all of them. So this is my execution on it. On the first short, I was able to net around 100 something points, right? And this is the second trade right here. Both are super clean trade, and this one I was able to net around 70 points. So let's go through what was going on in the market and what did I see and what made me decide to take these trades. Okay, so the first trade you can see here, it was almost a 4R trade. So why did I decide to short here? Okay, why did I decide to short here? Okay, number one, confluence was the reason why I took this trade. We open, right? We saw aggressive buyers and seller fight here. And then we saw more right here, more selling coming in. And then after the selling, we saw buying coming in, defending, trying to fight these sellers right here. But we fail. They fail. That's why we go lower. And then we came back, right? Barely get above this area where sellers and buyers are active, and we got under them again, and then come back, retest the same area right here. This is like the entire area. We fell again, and then you can see right here more red bubbles. So at this point, I was just watching the order flow. In my mind, I just want to get short. I don't want to get long, because I can see that on the order flow there are more selling than buying, and every time there's buying showing up, we fail, and just sellers are just more aggressive, right? So that's number one. So number one would be sellers are more active. Okay, so that's the context of what the order flow tells us so far. Number two, as you know, I have made an indicator for myself, and this the zone that the bot drew for me, the indicator drew for me. When there's a zone, I would like to see price going back into the zone and reject. Okay, so during the live market, this zone was color red, because when price is trading under the zone will act as a supply, and when price is getting above the zone will automatically change its color into blue, which stands for demand. Okay, so that's why right now you can see that the zone is blue because price has broken over it and trading above it right now. Okay, but during the live market, this zone was red. Okay, so second confluence is indicator zone. Okay, so that's the second confluence. Third confluence was the OTE of this range. So if I was to draw here, you can see we have the OTE right here, right? And that's exactly where I enter, right? So that's the OTE right there, right? So third confluence, OTE. So another confluence is that we are rejecting previous day high. Okay, so right here, right there, you can see right here at 192, the right here, this is where previous day high was. Okay, and lastly, confluence is this is the same exact spot that lines up with previous day high, OTE, and it fits the market context of today, and aggressive sellers were here earlier. So if you saw my last video, how I was talking about using these aggressive sellers and buyers to maximize your entry and not, enter in the middle of nowhere. So the last confluence are these aggressive sellers right here. What I want to see during the live market is that I want to see them defending what they, I want to see them defending this area. That's the whole reason why they were selling, right? So I want to see these aggressive seller protecting their positions, and I want to join them, right? Just like what I mentioned in the last video, very similar situation here. We want to see these aggressive sellers and buyers protecting their position. So that's the whole point of having, like, using the order flow as confluence. So last confluence is aggressive, right? Aggressive sellers, right? Defending, right? Position, right? We want to see that. So after seeing all these confluence, I was able to be more confident into placing this trade and somewhat increasing my size. And I literally top ticked this entire move. I top ticked right here and just sold literally at the bottom at VWAP. So that was a 120 point trade. And then the next trade I want to talk about is, so if you watch my videos often, you kind of know that once I have my zone and I want to watch what price does within the zone, right? Whether it's reject or bouncing, if price somehow get above the zone again, I want to see price respecting it. So meaning after dumping from it, I want to see if price get over the zone, comes back, will they be able to hold and bounce for higher? So that's how I trade my zone specifically. And this is exactly what happened here, right? So with the same thesis a little bit here, with the same zone and the area of buyers and sellers interest, within the day, we dumped and then we finally came back and broke over the zone, right? So at this point, I wanted to see if price could maintain the strength and push higher, taking New York AM high. So I was waiting for price to retest this zone, right? And I was watching the same sellers right here. If buyers can now come in, when you see that when price get lower, like right here, you can see that when price get down here, you can see one aggressive seller stepped in, they are trapped. And if you look to the left of this, look, there were more aggressive sellers being trapped here earlier, right? And then look, this one too. So this is the entire area that I'll be watching for, right? So just write up a story in your head, right? When we're going down, aggressive sellers were winning. They were able to make money here, right? But once we're getting above these sellers are in trouble now. Once we get above them, right? And when we're retesting them, more seller coming in. So if you were to put yourself in these sellers' shoes, they want to put more selling here just like this and expect price to do the same thing as before, right? Like this. But they fail. That's why watching the order flow is really important, right? So once I saw these aggressive sellers coming in, we wick down right away and immediately comes back up. I enter my long here at 75 and target New York AM high. And that's, that netted me 70 points. Yeah, those are the two trades I took today. Super clean, amazing day, and just no complaints whatsoever. And it's basically just using the same zone and thesis and flipping according to using the order flow to flip your positions with the market. Like all the trades I take, they're all the same. It's just different context, different day, right? Like the second long right here, look, we reclaim a previous day high above these highs, right? Just reclaim and then targeting this high. And the first trade I took, if you want to keep it simple, right? Dumping, right? Rejecting previous day high again. Selling coming in. retesting of sellers, and then boom, and then just dumb, right? So everything I do is really simple. It's not complicated, but it definitely needs experience, and it's important to build your own market context. So yeah, those are the trades I took today, and everything was done in the live. So if you have any questions, you can always DM me, tag me in the chat, or just leave a comment.